this one away. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally.
Might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Conversion. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Throwing now. Ryan on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. Touchdown afternoon. And the Falcons are able to make things a bit more respectful.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little bit.
The fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he hooks it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Pinion with a kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he's into the clear. The 30, past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, torn. 26 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs. I knew every note to their school's fight song.
That ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters get to you.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Letting one, it's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Suck up for the extra point. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays, they will.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. We often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really... for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Third and long. It's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new comp.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Koo, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final. Quarter of play. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. He's still fighting forward. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Extra point try now for Succop. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. What an explosive kickoff return from the 2 all the way to the end zone. A 98-yard return for 6. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 37.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
He's going to have to hook up to Gage. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that will extend this big lead.
for Tampa Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense. And they are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided